Hello. For all our wine lovers
and book lovers,
this is Wine Sisters Book Club.
Why is it always so weird to do that intro?
It is. Because we're harmonizing.
We are.
Yeah.
Just in life,
Just
in love,
in love.
in books and wine.
In books and wine.
I was actually thinking about how we recently got asked to pair a book and a wine on the spot. And it's really hard to do that if you're not in love with your current book selections. And I was having a really hard time.
Yeah.
I looked to Niki for guidance, and she really didn't give me any.
Well, because I have, first of all, the book that you're currently reading, I haven't read it. So I was like, I don't know what to pair with that. And then, I mean, I would say, and we were asked to pair it with a Wenti wine. And like all things, Wenti wine doesn't pair with every book.
Believe it or not. It should, but it doesn't.
No, there's some books that I've read books that literally mention a specific wine, and you're like, oh, well, now I want to drink that wine while I'm having this book. I read a book that listed Stag's Leap Cab. I'm like, okay,
really?
Well, yeah.
That's quite specific.
Very specific.
Yeah, I think it was tough. Anyways, I'm reading some tough books right now. One that you led me down this treacherous path, and I feel committed to finish it now. It is starting to get a bit more interesting, The Will of the Many, but it is high fantasy, as Niki would say. I have no idea what that means.
It's more of an actual fantasy book that's not really romance based. There is romance in it, but it's not about the romance. It's about the fantasy world.
So it would be like a Harry Potter or a though that's young adult, a Harry Potter or a Lord of the Rings.
Yes, Harry Potter compared to Lord of the Rings, I guess, is the perfect example.
I'm just trying to contextualize. You looked at me when I told you I was having a hard time with this book. You looked at me like, well, yeah, duh, it's high fantasy. And I'm like, well, what the hell does that mean?
Well, and you were like, well, you told me I would like it. And I was like, no, I told you that it was a good book. I did not say that you would like it.
Misleading. Do you hear that? The semantics. It's a good book versus you would like it.
Yeah. Well,
I follow you blind, Niki. I work for you.
Why didn't you ask me if I thought you would like it?
Oh my gosh.
Well, it's the Off-Campus series, which is a college sports romance series that I really liked. I loved the series, but Aly is just not really into college-aged romances.
No, I'm not. Actually, I really don't like that.
And they're coming out with a TV show, and I was like, oh, this looks so cute. And I sent it to Aly, and I was like, oh, I really liked this series. And then I remembered, I'm like, oh, but you probably wouldn't like it.
Yeah, and I didn't think twice about that. There's something about young love that I don't like in a book. It needs to be more mature.
Interesting.
I don't know why.
Yeah. I think, well, it's probably because young love is messy, and they don't always write it as oftentimes the authors will write younger love as more mature than it actually is.
Yes, exactly. And I sit there thinking, this wouldn't be happening as a high schooler or in college. You wouldn't be having this thoughts. So that it's the things they go through and the love is misplaced at a wrong age. And
right.
I really can't get past it.
Yeah. They're these 19-year-olds experiencing 30-year-old love.
Exactly. And I'm sitting here thinking, what in the world is going on?
Right.
So anyways.
I know. I read it sometimes and I'm like, God, at that age, I would not have had the maturity to handle that situation that well.
Because it's a book and it's made up.
Yes. Which I think that's why I like it. Because I'm like, God, if I could redo my youth, I could just, it's over for all those people.
I think you ended up okay.
I think I sure did.
Yeah. That's because you're a lot like me. So you're lucky with such a good role model.
Oh, yes. That must be it. If anything, it's the role model of it all. Oh, man.
You're welcome. Niki and I had dinner this weekend with friends. And we're just constantly humbled by how chaotic our life is.
Yeah.
We all have, so there was, how many adults? 8 adults. 6 adults.
6 adults and 6 kids.
And 6 kids. And I will tell you, the 6 kids were in control. They were in control of this party. The adults could hardly eat. We were all sitting down at different times. The kids were screaming.
Wild beasts.
Wild animals. And I have to tell you, I overcompensated on drinking one too many martinis. Nikki and I also like martinis.
Love a martini.
Love a martini. And the next day was not my friend.
Yeah, we were intending to record this podcast that next day, and so we have delayed a couple days just to what we like to call the wine flu. Came and it went.
I know. My nanny told me that I should text her on the weekends when I'm having a quote unquote emergency. To her, a hangover is an emergency, and I think I looked at my husband 3 times and said, "Do you think we're at an emergency yet?"
Oh my God. Reese is so cute. I love her.
Turns out, though, she was having a similar Saturday because I talked to her. So thank God I didn't text her.
Like, emergency.
Emergency. Yeah. But it feels like a state of emergency. It's hard to be an adult and have to take care of other people.
It really is when you're also needing someone to take care of you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, we just got back from Tahoe. We spent a week there, which was really lovely, and got a lot of reading done, but not actually as much as I do at home, because when you're parenting abroad,
it is abroad.
You definitely don't have as much like free time on your hands. But I will say that we go to Tahoe every year. It's like our family vacation spot, and last year was so hard with my kids' age, and this year it's so much easier. So I'm like, okay, I see a light, and that makes me feel real happiness inside.
We had the hard summer, I think. It was chaotic. Remy was still crawling. She started walking the week after, but I think it actually would have been harder if she was walking.
Because she's kind of a hazard.
She is a hazard. We call her spaghetti legs. I mean, this girl is literally like one of those floppy men that you see outside of the car dealership. So it would have been more dangerous if she was walking. But, oh my gosh, my kids didn't sleep. They didn't take naps at the same, like their naps were all messed up. Remy got sick at one point. I thought I needed 2 weeks of sleep to make up for it. And guess what? No time for sleep, sister. You got to go to work.
Yeah.
So it was rough. It was a doozy. I'm happy for you because last summer I watched you have a meltdown in Tahoe.
Oh, yeah. Like, I was, like, on the floor crying. Like, I don't know that I can ever come back here. Like, I was, like, not well.
Darkness.
It's like, this vacations aren't the same. What have I done? You know, we all, as parents, we all go through those moments where you're, like, having the what have I done moment. And that was mine. But I will say that we came through it this year. I still needed, like, a week of sleep. But mine was more because, like, by the end of that trip, we were having such a great time and everyone was being so good that I think I consumed like 3 cases of Riva.
That's a sign of a good time. Yeah. The diva is out. You're in Tahoe. You're living.
Totally a joke. Not 3 full cases. But there was one moment.
At least one.
Our parents were there. And there was one moment that I was looking for more Riva Chardonnay to put in the fridge and I couldn't find any.
Panic.
And I panicked, full blown panic, like went to Dad and I was like, Dad, there's no more Riva in the house. And I'm like in a sweat and he's like, hold on. He's like, first of all, there's a case outside. There's 2 bottles in there. I was like, 2 bottles to get us through?
Wait, I love that he knows how many.
Yeah.
He's like, there are 2. Count them, 2. Saw them this morning.
And then he goes, and Nikki, let me just take your hand. And he walks me into the house. And above the fridge, there's 4 cases of Riva. And he's like, and wait, that's not all. 2 additional cases inside of like our wine closet that I just totally missed because I was in like full-blown panic mode. And he's like, you will be fine.
We may have a bit of a Riva obsession.
It's just like a warm hug after a long day.
It's synonymous with Tahoe dock time.
Yes.
They don't exist without each other. So if you run out of Riva in Tahoe, oh my God. However, there are stores that sell Riva, I'm sure, in Tahoe.
Yes.
So
I'm sure we would have been fine. But it was just like one of those, like, it was so funny. Like, it just me being so crazy and Dad like, calm down.
The problems we have these days.
Yeah. I just need a glass of Riva.
Oh my God, I get it. Nate and I are throwing a end of summer party, which we realize is actually next week. which feels really soon.
Right.
But we're going all out for it. I'm very excited. We've been normally we just throw like one really big Christmas party every year, but we decided maybe we'll throw one summer party, one Christmas party. It'll be our thing.
Yeah.
But we're going to like move furniture outside. We got all these pretty rentals to do these fun tablescapes, and I'm hoping to get a lot of tomatoes at the farmer's market to kind of like put around the tables.
Oh, so you got to do that this week.
Yeah. Or so Nate thinks Sunday, which makes sense, or we could always go to the Thursday farmer's market because I'm sure tomatoes would be there.
I don't know that they have tomatoes.
Really?
I know that they have like fruit. I've never seen tomatoes there.
Well, got to go to that on Sundays, which we always do because you can't miss it. You cannot miss farmer's market this time of year. Like it is, everything is so good. The corn, the tomatoes, the peaches, the pluots, like, oh my gosh. But the corn is like blowing my mind right now.
Oh, I actually haven't got any.
Oh my God, it's so good.
Oh, really?
And it's so cheap, but it's like so delicious. I did a crazy thing when we were in Pebble. I played a mother-daughter golf tournament with my mom, and we were coming home, and Nate and I had talked about what we wanted on the phone like the night before and what he should make for dinner. And in my mind, I was just craving the corn because it's so good at the farmer's market. And I didn't really say like, go buy this corn on Sunday at the farmer's market, but I implied that it'd be nice. And then I texted him as we were driving home, and I said, did you buy corn? Are we having that for dinner? And I was sitting there thinking like, oh my God, like, this is something mom would do. Like mom would be like, well, why didn't you buy the corn? Are you going to buy? I said, I wanted corn. Where's the corn? And I was like, Jesus, I need to get a grip. But this corn has overcome, like I'm overcome with it. You need to go get some.
That is so funny.
I know.
Oh man, Julie Wente. She runs in our genes.
I'm a part of her. So anyways, we're going to have all fresh, beautiful food for our summer party. My husband's going to cook. He's a great cook. It should be hopefully really fun. We're going to have a martini bar. We're going to do tomato martinis, tomato teenies.
I know. I've seen it on Instagram, and I just don't know if I can get behind it.
You're going to try it. You don't have an option.
I know. I will have to.
Yeah. And obviously beautiful wines. So we'll have a martini bar and wine. And that's it. And if anyone wants anything else, I don't care.
They can leave.
They can leave. We can only do so many things.
Yeah.
So hopefully it's fun, though. I'm excited.
Yeah, it should be really fun. I keep thinking that it was this weekend. So I'm like losing my mind a little bit. Like I'm missing weeks of August. I'm jumping to, like this morning, my daughter looks at me and she's like having a total meltdown before school, which is normal on a Monday. Like it's hard to come back to school after a weekend for a 3-year-old, but having a meltdown, we get to the car. I'm like putting her in the car and she looks at me and goes, Mama, please don't tell Santa. Which is just like so funny and random because it's not like we've talked about Christmas.
No, we talked to Jones about Christmas like last week, so that's weird. Maybe he said something to Sienna.
They do talk a lot at school, so but it was just so funny. So we're already in Christmas in our household apparently, so
It's gonna be Christmas tomorrow.
Yeah, August doesn't even matter. It's all about Christmas. We'll just skip harvest this year.
Well, Jones was putting on his Halloween outfit from last year that he was too afraid to wear last year, which was a dinosaur costume. It was really cute. He's not afraid of it now, which I think Halloween will be more fun. Last year, he was too scared to even like ring a doorbell.
Oh, perfect. Luca needs to be a dinosaur for Halloween as well. I was literally thinking that today. I just bought him some birthday presents because Luca's second birthday is coming up, and I just bought him a bunch of dinosaur shirts.
Oh, cute.
What else will I buy him?
I know, you need to tell me if you need anything for that.
Oh, yeah. Shoes. Honestly, shoes are, get a size 7. He's a size 6 already.
Okay. Got it. Great. So we're doing this live, you guys. We're doing this live.
The important stuff, the thing that you guys wanted to hear.
Exactly. Okay. So what do we think this book, Silver Elite, book of the month?
Yeah. I mean, for some certified fantasy girlies, I think it was time that we brought in another fantasy just to shake things up. I have talked to a couple people that I know are in on our podcast, and they've read it and they've loved it, which is fun. I love recommending books that people like. But For anyone who didn't read it, Silver Elite is a dystopian novel centering around a young woman with psychic abilities going undercover in a military program to fight against a tyrannical regime. Tyrannical. See, reading doesn't make you smarter.
Don't hurt yourself.
That persecutes those with enhanced abilities. So it's like a what's that word when like dystopian regime. Like it's like a dystopian book. That's what like it was intended to be. And it's a fantasy novel. You know, there's some magic abilities and some fun stuff, a military college. So
Steamy, yearning romance.
Yes, a very yearning type of romance.
Yes. So what did you rate the book?
I gave it 3 stars.
Yeah, I gave it 3.5.
Okay.
And I think we both probably rated it, I would say on the lower end for how much this book got a lot of buzz. Like people were really excited about it. So to give it like 3 to 3.5 feels low when I've seen a lot of people give it a way higher rating.
Yeah. Well, and let's talk about the buzz, because I feel like that was why I really wanted us to pick this book.
Yeah.
Was because there was so much buzz on like TikTok and Instagram about this book. And really why there was buzz is because the author is supposedly a pen name. You don't know for sure if it's a pen name or not.
Oh.
And so people are like trying to figure out who this author is. And the reason why they think it's a pen name is because there was no social media outpouring for this book. Like this author did nothing. And the publishers backed this author and did all the promotion and press, which publishers don't do anymore. And so like the book talk and Bookstagram.
Yeah, Bookstagram.
There we go.
Yeah.
Communities, which are huge these days, were like, okay, who is this author? Why are the publishers backing this author? And what does it mean? So people are like speculating that it's either an author that's switching genres. So like previously did a different genre and is now moving into fantasy and just wanted a fresh start. And it's a big author, big name. There's also people saying that maybe it's an author that was kind of canceled for one reason or another and is like publishers still like them because they've made them lots of money. So they're like doing this as like a fresh start. And then there's other people that are saying that it's AI or like something like some prompt that is like they're testing it and learning from us.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Because I would say it wouldn't be a big author like Sarah J. Maas or something doing something under a pen name. A publisher would never let them do that because it would not make them
way more money.
Yeah, exactly. So it can't be a big author.
But Sarah does fantasy. So like people are speculating that it's like Colleen Hoover.
Oh, interesting. But still, if Colleen Hoover came out with a fantasy, it'd be way more money because everyone would be curious and want to read it. She'd bring over so many like fiction readers. I don't even know what to call her genre. Like drama fiction, like mystery,
yeah, like romancy,
romance thriller.
Yeah,
like who knows?
Yeah,
like into the fold. So it would be like, I don't know, really interesting for the fantasy world. I couldn't see that it would be.
But it was like on the heels of the It Ends With Us drama.
Oh, interesting.
So I don't know.
Is Colleen Hoover a main suspect?
I saw like a few Instagram reels about it, and that piqued my interest because I was like, oh, it's coming at an interesting time for Colleen Hoover. Like maybe she just wants a fresh start. And this book did amazing. Like so many people purchased and read this book. So with and that's like I keep going back, and it kind of makes me really sad for some of these like traditional indie authors that don't get any help from publishers.
Yeah.
And then like there's this Dani Francis comes around and, oh, we'll spend an arm and a leg to publish and post your book like with no help from you because they're trying to keep the author like kind of secretive. Or is it like a marketing genius, like secret author, and it turns out to be a new author anyways? Dani Francis is the real name, and they just unlocked publishing in a new way. Who knows?
Who knows? Funny enough, I never even knew any of that mystery.
So then why did you think that there was like drama around the book?
No, I didn't think there was drama. I just saw like everyone I follow in the book world, like all the booksters, if you will, were reading this book. So I didn't catch up on the drama. I just got that it was like a must read. Like it was in the read cycle of news for all these people, from fantasy to like non-fantasy, even like the non-fantasy readers like Beatrice and Bubbly, who we both follow and love, was reading the book. You know, it like kind of captured all different genres of readers. So I was like, what is this book? And everyone seems to be reading it and excited about it. And so that's where I thought it had a lot of buzz.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Well, in terms of the buzz, like I think it's probably a well-known author that's just switching genres. Like that's my guess. I don't know that it's Colleen Hoover, but I think it is a well-known author. I don't think it's AI. What about you?
I hope it's not AI, because if it is AI, I think that is a scary world for authors.
For sure. But to me, like when I read an AI generated response, or like there was even parts of like Iron Flame in the Fourth Wing series that I read that I was like, this feels AI. Like it feels like she put this through like a chat GPT type thing in terms of like the editing and the sentence structure. But I don't think that this book read like AI. I could be totally wrong, because AI is getting smarter and smarter every day.
Yeah.
But I do feel like when I read something that is like AI generated, like it has like a certain tone and tenor.
Yeah, that's probably true. Just like this was our intro to the book AI generated, or did you write it?
I wrote it.
You wrote that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought it was AI generated.
Did you?
Yeah, because you had a hard time reading it. So I thought maybe you didn't write it.
Oh, no. I probably did a little bit of writing, and then I just like will look up the synopsis on Amazon, and I like copy and paste some things, and then I like make it shorter.
Got it. Okay,
yeah.
Okay. That was kind of funny.
So
okay, so I rated it 3.5 stars because I thought it was actually a really entertaining book, and I liked the whole concept, and the like yearning love story was interesting enough to me.
Yeah, like it kept you going.
Yeah. It was so obvious from the start, which sometimes I just like, I don't know, like I like an obvious love from the start, but sometimes I don't mind a little bit of mystery in it.
Yeah.
But I think that Ren, was so like kind of obnoxious.
Agreed.
She just like, she didn't think before she did something. She was reckless to a point of just stupidity, which just got under my skin. Like the moment she removed her scar that hid her like red mark that called her out as being a modified, I was like, you're like fake dad or whatever, like put a pot of boiling water on you. It was that important to cover up. And then you just like undo it for love. Like,
and he doesn't care.
Like he should pour the water back on you.
Right.
The whole thing. He didn't care for her to remove it.
Right.
The whole thing was, I think like that was my turning point where that just honestly pissed me off. And it was the obvious cue that she was going to get caught. So there was just like too many obvious pieces to the story for me.
Yeah. So I agree that it was like entertaining, and I engaged well with the book. Like I wanted to keep reading it. I kept picking it up. It wasn't like a slow process for me to get through. But one of the things that really bothered me was like her immaturity through the book, and that she really reminded me of like Violet from Iron Flame, where Violet was just like constantly making bad choices because she's like so wrapped up in her own thoughts and
starting the same fight over and over.
Yes. And like she kept saying like my loyalty is the most important thing to me, like loyalty to the modified, but then she keeps like sleeping with the enemy, who turns out to not be the enemy, right? But Cross, like she keeps sleeping with him, but then she's like, but my loyalty. And I'm like, girl, you're not loyal.
You are not that loyal. And if it is the most important thing to you, you better think about your choices.
Right. Like you are so wishy-washy. I don't even know how to be around you.
Yeah. I will say for a while I was wishing she would have gone with Cain.
Oh, for sure. I like the whole book. But I will say that I was not sure, because Cross was too obvious for
Yeah.
me to be like her wolf, you know, the secret love interest that she was
Oh.
communicating with. It was too obvious. So in my head, I was like, it can't be Cross. So then I was like, oh, it's Kane, because he talks about how he always vacations at the sea. And like, there was like these little like hints that she was dropping. And I was like, but now she's getting too many hints for Kane. So it must be Cross. But I was like, okay, those are like the only two obvious people, and they're back and forth. And
I like knew it was Cross. I was just like, everything about this book is obvious, so it's going to be the obvious choice. I didn't like know how she would figure it out, so I was
Right.
not expecting it to be a painting that, you know, told her
yeah.
it was him. But I just like had this feeling like all the stars were going to align for her so perfectly.
Yeah.
I don't know. That cheesiness, like, I'm a romance reader. I like cheesy, but there was like a couple of it where I just thought, like, you could have put in like some more interesting tension if it wasn't, or I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I also thought it was like kind of strange that like we never found out what her real name was until the very end, and we didn't know who her parents were until the very end. And then it's like, oh, but your parents are traitors to the modified, but they were modified. And it's like this whole like, it didn't make sense because they didn't really build the world.
Yeah.
It's like we don't understand the war because
And-
they didn't build the world.
And then was Julian Ash in love with her mother?
Yeah, like it's, I think that he was, but like it wasn't clear.
Right.
And like the whole thing was like confusing. Like it was a very interesting and entertaining book, but I just feel like they could have done way more with the world building to try and make it make sense.
Yeah, there was a lot of gaps. I completely agree.
But
Oh, and then, okay, so this was the other infuriating piece to me, and then we could talk about things that weren't just infuriating, but
Yeah.
how she brought Xavier,
yeah.
whatever his last name is, who was Cross's second in command, I think.
Yeah,
right?
and like his best friend.
Best friend, through the Darklands with her to basically like the modified Revolution's headquarters, and thought there would be no. She was like, oh, I didn't think to tell them I was bringing anybody with me. Oh, you're not just bringing someone, you're bringing a very important person of the like silver elite of the military personnel to their
Right.
headquarters. One, now you're risking his life.
Yeah.
They're not going to let him go alive.
I know. And she's like mad they're like taking him in the end. And she's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You're like, what did you think?
Right. Like, what did you expect to happen here?
Like, oh, you just get your way because you're some super powerful mod. Like, it just doesn't make any sense.
And why would he go? Why wouldn't he think?
And this is a tale of a 19-year-old being 19. And I think it gets us annoyed and frustrated because we're like, why are you 19?
Was she only 19? See? Yeah. I didn't even know. I blocked that detail
I don't know
out.
if she was 19 or like in her early 20s, but she was young. Like she was a young girl. And so but I do think like her immaturity showed. Like she was just immature.
Yeah.
And it made it sort of infuriating. But who is your favorite character to read?
I don't know. I think it's so hard. I don't know if I actually really had a favorite character in this book. Maybe
Really?
Kane.
Yeah, I was gonna say Kane. Like he
Yeah.
was, I thought, the most enjoyable person to be around. Like
I agree.
when I thought he died, like I actually was shook.
Yeah, me too. I was sad for that for sure.
I was like, wait, what? Kane? Come
Yeah.
back.
Yeah, I liked that he was always lighthearted and but like talented
And like not pushy
Mm-hmm.
and handsome.
Handsome. Yeah, I'm like he was the obvious right choice.
He really was.
Yeah.
Like he let her sleep in his bed on the first night
Yes.
when she
Yeah.
didn't have a bed. He would have got kicked out for her.
I know.
And he was like on a mission.
I know. So I think that least favorite character was her best friend Liddy, who just like threw her to the wolves.
Yeah, what a bitch.
Literally though, like I don't know, that was shocking to me a little bit.
Whose was worse, Kane's betrayal or Liddy's betrayal?
I think Liddy's.
I agree. But like
Because
Kane's was
girl
like,
to girl, that's like your best friend stabbing you in the back.
but she took like a calculated risk, like telling Liddy, like in like exposing herself in that way. Like, I don't know.
But what was she going to do? Deny it and say this is just a birthmark? Like, no, it's the red Liddy saw.
I know. I just like can't even envision what it looks like. Like, why couldn't it be a birthmark?
I think it was like a telltale mark that all modifieds had. So there was
No,
no
it's
way
not
around
all
it.
modified. It's only the really powerful ones.
Okay, only the really powerful ones, but like they all know what those look like is what I'm trying to say. So, yeah, I don't know. I think she was kind of backed into a corner, but I think her story was again a bit rash and just like, why are you opening the door for your friend if you're in a towel? Again, the
she opened the door, the friend. Like, the friend just walked in.
Oh, right.
She didn't lock the door.
Yeah.
But no, but that was just her being silly because she got it exposed. Like, the whole thing is just so ridiculous. But yeah, no, Kane, I think, was the best character to read. Do you think, so jumping over to Cross's mother and like her like thing that's going on. So there was like two different things happening all at once. Like, you had the modified people that were like losing their minds and were being studied. And then you have the modified person that can scramble your mind.
Yes.
And like kind of make you insane.
Yes.
Which we saw at the end of the book with Cross's father doing, like, in the middle of his speech, like having his mind muddled.
Oh, right.
Do you think that Cross's mom was modified, or that she had her mind scrambled, because then it would put into play, if she just had her mind scrambled, then Cross's father is someone else because he's modified and his dad wasn't.
I had thought that his mom was modified because Cross is modified, but I hadn't really taken into consideration that his dad could have been someone else.
And like, the other weird thing is that there's like only 2 people on record that don't have like their veins glowing when they use their modified power, which is like the telltale sign that someone's modified, is that you can see their veins glowing on their arms.
Right.
But Cross and Ren don't have it. Neither does Cross's mom. But at the end, Ren's like, I think your mom might have had her brain messed with.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like, it's confusing. Is Cross from a different man? Who knows?
Are they related?
I know. Wouldn't that be creepy?
That would be really creepy.
Hopefully it doesn't go Game of Thrones.
Yeah. Oh, God. I forgot about that. Yeah, hopefully not. But it is, I know, I was kind of thinking like, okay, so Ren has all these different abilities. She's a telepath, she's an insider, a mind reader, a projector. Her arms don't light up. Like, ultimately, is she going to be one of the most powerful mods?
Without a doubt. Like, there's got to be that.
Yeah.
But then I think it kind of goes back to, like, why were her parents against the modified? And, you know, like, at the end, they kind of place, like, a seed of doubt in your mind. Like, when the modified that's, like, really good at mind reading and can predict the future. What was her name? I can't remember. That Ren kills on it.
Jade Vance.
Jade Vance, yes. When she is like, no, like, they're the bad guys. Like, they're messing with people's minds. Mm-hmm. And then she sees it in live action.
Yeah.
And then she just goes into their arms. I'm like, well, are they the bad guys? Like, what did your parents know? Like, they went against the modified.
Yeah, they obviously did plant at the end of Seed of Doubt, which I think will be the whole next book of her learning more about what the modified are doing and why her parents went against them. So I think my gut says that'll be the whole plot line for the next book.
Right. Well, and Julian was her, like, stepdad. Quasi-dad. Jim, Julian, whatever. Yeah. And he also he decided to, like, leave his position to take care of her. So, like, he must have seen some fault with
something for sure.
The rebellion. Like, there was, like, something, but he then came back into the fold when she got older and they went out of the Darklands. Like, I don't know. There's, like, all of these, like, questions. Will you be going on to book 2?
I think I definitely will read the second book. Like, it was entertaining enough. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, to me, I'm always looking for a good fantasy book. So I think it was good enough where I'd read the second. What do you think? I'm going to,
for sure. Like, I'll go on. But I think it's, like, not just a duology. Like, there's going to be multiple in this series. And if this book is another, like, mediocre, I probably won't go on to the third.
Agreed. The second book has to be better or I'm out. I just don't care that much.
Yeah.
And I probably won't ever be done reading the fantasy I'm reading right now. So it's going to have to wait in a long line. I swear I can only spend like 30 minutes at a time on this book because then I'm done with it. And then I'm like, oh, I still have 10 hours left. No, it's just like, I don't know. Yeah, it does make you think. It's complex.
Yeah.
So anyways, I digress. Well, what do you think you're drinking?
I am 100% sure, which
Wonder
means
why.
0% that it's a Pinot.
You're correct.
It's hard to say what Pinot it is. I think it is. I think it's the Aly's Pinot, but it could be Riva.
It's Riva. I wasn't sure if your guess was final, but you were looking at me like it was.
Yeah.
Yep, it's Riva. I just thought it was, like, I went for, to me, it was, this book screamed red wine.
Yeah.
But it was missing a lot of information. And so I felt like they just kind of like, it was like a light fantasy. And so I picked a light red wine. That was like how complex I thought of this.
I like that. I picked my wine in a similar manner.
Oh, did you? Yeah. It feels dark. Your wine feels dark and stormy to me.
Yeah.
And I smell like black pepper, black licorice. I feel like kind of confused on what it is. Part of me is like I want to say it's a cab because it has a lot of tannin and like acidity, but I don't get like tons of fruit. I don't know. I'm just going to go with, I don't know. I feel so torn up. Okay, I'm going to go with Wenti Cabernet Franc.
No.
What is it?
It is Wetmore Cab.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yeah.
And I drink Wetmore all the time. I was going to go Wetmore, and then I was like, no, I drink that all the time. That's not what this is.
It's 21, so it's an older vintage. And I went with this wine because in my head I was thinking more of like the atmosphere of what I was doing when I was reading this book. Like sitting on the glass, having sitting on the glass.
This was a weird book. She's crying about Riva and she's sitting on the glass and she's somehow drinking Wetmore at the same time.
Oh my God. Sitting on the couch, cozied up, drinking a glass of wine. Like this would be like the wine that I would drink while reading this because it's like it felt like an evening read to me.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. It does. Well, I think that's a good wine pick. I think mine's a good wine pick. And now we're going to have a fun wine drinking moment when you're not sitting on the glass.
Oh my God. That was so embarrassing.
All right. Well, cheers.
Cheers.